All right, y'all, 7-time figure Olympia champion here, Cydney Gillon, and we are going to go through how to train glutes. What's the kind of proper form and what kind of exercises are there outside of machines and with machines? So we're gonna start with the machine first. We got a hip drop machine, all right? On this variation, I'm gonna go ahead and strap in good, throw in here. I'm not gonna put any weight on here first, because again, if we don't know how to use the machine, we're gonna go ahead and learn first and then move from there. I know how to use the machine, I just don't train glutes with weight like that, so we're not gonna do that today either. So again, finding where you are most comfy. I find the most bang for my buck on my glutes. Oh, my feet are on the outside of my hips, because when my feet go too close together, it's more adductor more than anything. So I go about, my hips are right here. I go outside of my hips more so shoulder distance more than anything. All right, from here, I'm going to keep my abs tight. I'm gonna slide my feet up just a hair, boop, 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 boop. All right, so now I'm in the middle of the platform. I'm gonna thrust up, keep my abs tight, let the machine go. All right, from this moment, my goal is to keep my glutes activated here. Boom, I'm at the top of this moment here. I'm gonna keep my abs tight. I'm gonna keep my core brace, 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 brace. I like to let my spine go all straight, and I come down, let the booty cheeks open, and then I pinch the penny up. Boom. Letting the booty cheeks separate. Boom, boom, boom. Pinch the penny. That's how you're gonna do a hip drive. So I work through the whole set. For me, I drive through the hips and my heels the entire time. But what I don't do is let it dump in my low back and kind of arch here. I don't like that. I kind of keep it tucked and push up. Keep it tucked and push up. That's how I like to do my glutes. Okay, we'll work through this whole set. Paying attention to where my feet are. You can even squeeze at the top, hold for isometric holds if you want to do that version. You can pulse it out at the top of that motion. Boom, boom. Now when you pulse out, it's a slight movement and you squeeze back up. You never release the full contraction. If you want to do full range of motion, that's when you come down, keep the spine straight, push up, down, and push up. Okay, when I get done, I'm going to make sure I'm locked in, and then I'm going to come down, and then I'm going to release, okay? Again, safety getting in the machine, getting out of the machine. All right, when it comes to glutes too, again, especially if you're doing bilateral glutes, you want to make sure both of those glutes are activated equally. So you want to do unilateral days too. But if you're doing a double, make sure, all right, I know this glute fires real good. Let me make sure my right one and my left one is firing good too. So I'll make sure, boom, big squeeze, pinching that penny. All right, that's going to be your hip drive variation. If you want to do another variation, you have your kickbacks. You got an old school machine here. Now, this is what I mean by unilateral workout. So for those who don't know, unilateral means one side at a time. Okay, so if I'm going here, I'm going to pop in. Now, you can do the same exact movement with ankle weights at your house. You can do this movement standing version on a cable. You can do this movement with just body weight. You can do this movement with like a hip band. Okay, so there's different options in order how to do this same movement. Okay, so I'm going to get in here. It's a regular standard kickback. Again, I'm going to focus on my feet. I'm going to start with my weaker glute, or the glute that tends to like to get less activation if you don't have a weak one. I'm going to make sure I pay attention to where my foot went, so that way I'm matching on the other side. I'm going here. Abs are tight. I'm pushing up. Squeeze at the top. I like to keep my full foot off the pad. Big squeeze. Push up. Big squeeze at the top. Whole time I'm driving through my heel. Activating through that glute. Good, right here. Do you have a few more on this side? And then since I did this side, I'm going to make sure I do my other side, so I'm not lopsided. We don't want a lopsided booty. All right, so when I come down, I'm going to plant my foot. I'm going to make sure my other foot gets up where it needs to be. And then I'm going to go ahead and go for the second set. when you're thinking of your kickbacks, you really want to feel that stretch of the glute when that foot comes down. And when you kick it out, you want to feel that low glute right around here, really squeeze and get that contraction. If you don't feel the contraction, chances are you need to take the weight down, or you didn't warm up properly, and it probably needs to kind of get some body work done if something's like sticking together. Now, for like my bikini, my wellness girls, or my women who just want a bigger booty in general, I do suggest warming up first to make sure you're kind of doing band walks or something like that. So I'll show you what that looks like. All right, so if I'm trying to warm up, I'm getting ready for my glutes. I'm gonna make sure my hips are warm. I'm gonna strap my band around me. I'm gonna go above the knee. And the whole goal is to get a little activation going before you start getting those glutes going. All right, so I'm gonna go here. So there's a couple different variations you can go. If I'm going here, I'm gonna go on the sides. You can do version where you kind of sit a little bit lower. Some people like to grab the low back and you step, keeping it wide. That's 3. So what you want to do is when you're doing these versions of anything unilateral, do the same amount on the other side. So I'm pushing here, I'm squeezing, I'm staying low in the pocket, making sure my glutes are ready to fire up. So what this looks like from this angle, if I'm here, I'm low, I'm stepping, firing up top, whole glute. Step, step, okay? That's one variation. Another variation when you're a little bit lower and you just kind of duck walk to the front. Because you're pushing out on that band the whole time, digging through that heel to make sure those glutes are firing up nice and hard. Now you can do that same thing going back, making sure those glutes are engaged. All of this is before you start the rest of your workout, okay? Like so. So that'll be your warm-up. You can even do general kicks to the side. Kick, kick, back kicks. Kind of find your variation. Get the glute warm first, get the hips warm first, then go from there. And you can go into your hip thrust, your kickbacks. Anything like that. All right. So we went over hip thrusts again. Same hip thrust we did in the beginning. You can do that on the bench. You can do that on the sit machine. You can do that on the regular barbell. Anytime, it's just the motion. Again, we're just learning the motion. How you want to feel it, what you want to do with it. That's your hip drives. Your kickbacks, we went over those, okay? Another variation you can do, we're going to take it to the bench. If you don't have the equipment, you can do this variation. Because we have a booty builder here too. But I want to do a couple things for people who don't have the equipment or don't have a glute ham developer. So if you don't have a glute ham developer or kind of reverse hyper machine, you can find a bench. Boop, boop, boop. 2 variations of this. You're going to grab here. You can do one where your legs are out to the side. And you're going to push heels are up to the ceiling. Abs are tight, spine is rounded so that you're kind of just getting all in the glutes. That's your setup first. So you kind of like a little spreading look back. When you go from here, you're going to drive the heels up to the ceiling, squeeze the glutes at the same time, and keep on the pad. So if I'm starting this motion here, if I have no other equipment, I got a bench, I'm going to drive my feet up, 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 squeeze. Drive back down, sit. Back up, 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 squeeze. Back down, up, and squeeze. Now, second variation, I'm going to put my feet here. I'm going to come down to the ground with my toes, squeeze up here. Now, this one is really open the hips, so be very cautious of that. Again, warm up first, and keep those heels together, toes turned out, okay? You should not feel that in your low back. Okay, the goal is, again, get up slowly too so you're not shifting your blood because it kind of rushes to the front. Do that variation so that way you have that. That's already 2 on just one bench. So when we talk about kickbacks as well, other alternatives, again, if you're at your house, you can do all this at your house. You don't need to go to the gym to do this. So if I'm here on a bench, and you can do all this in the same place. So you have the first 2 variations. If I have my regular variation where I just go here, you do a lot of work again. I'm going to drive my heel up to the ground, straight leg. You're going to go as high as it takes for you to feel your glute contract in here. Now, generally, if this wasn't in my way, I would let my foot go all the way here and around, okay? So I got to swoop around on this one and around, okay? Feeling that all at the top of that glute all the way through. All right, I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. I'm gonna do a couple neutral ones, so you see what it looks like from that side. Keeping my glute flexed the whole time. Getting that full squeeze at the top. Now, when you're doing this, you wanna make sure that hip doesn't open up or twist. You wanna drop the hip down, drive up to the ceiling, boom, drive up to the ceiling. That's another exercise. I think we're on exercise like 5 or 6 now. So another one, we're gonna go here. You're gonna stay on the outside, cross it, drop down on this side, on the other side of the leg. Go up and down, up and cross, okay? So if you come around and look from this side, hi mommy, come say hey to YouTube. Hey guys, this is my mama. This is where I got the cakes from. Look at the cakes, look at them. Ooh, juicy booty. All right, so I'm going this side. So you see the footwork. I'm gonna go up, cross, and drop. Now my hips not move. I'm gonna keep that foot flexed and around. Come up, cross, and drop. Up and down. Okay, so that's already 4 different exercises you have on the bench alone. If your gym is super crowded, it's still pretty much down. Pretty much all the people who don't want to be at the gym are gone from the gym now at this point. But if the gym is really crowded, or you don't feel like leaving the house, you can do these Instagrams. Lord, what I meant was, you can do these exercises right here on the bench, on the floor at your house, okay? You can add a band in if you need more weight. You can add ankle weights if you need more weight. Anything like that to kind of add more weight if you need it. Body weight works well, especially if your legs are really heavy. So you don't have to really worry about that until you want to progress or if you want your glutes to grow. But if you're just maintaining and trying to get in shape and kind of just build everything right, or better, you're kind of just going to go through the motions, learn first, and then you can start adding the weight then and start implementing these in the gym and doing different versions where you can add the cable on too so that you can do it standing. The cable isn't over here, but I'll show you what that looks like. I'm gonna grip my ankle. Some people don't like the little kind of wrist wrap around the ankle. You can put it around your kneecap. It depends. That doesn't work for me. Ankle is the only thing that fits. So if I'm doing the same motion that I did on the bench, I'm just kicking that leg back here, staying tall. Because a lot of times you can feel that in your low back kind of drop, so you want to keep that down. Push it back. So that's another benefit to keeping your hand on your hip too if you want to kind of hold and feel it, because you're going to feel that upper glute engaged. So that way if you place your hand here, you can feel when it's all the way engaged. So what that looks like from this side, if I'm on the cable, I'm pushing here. You can also do this with a band and then keeping that knee really straight and pushing up and engaging. All right, and that is the end of day 3 with me, 7-time figure Olympia champion Cydney Gillon. I hope you're enjoying the how-to videos. If there are more body parts you want to see, we will get them filmed and out to you, kind of just showing you how to get the workouts done, build for yourself, and learn for yourself, so that way you can get healthy as possible all year long, every year. All right, y'all. Love y'all. I'm out.